In this edition of GSN in Conversation, we talk with our first ever basketball guest, Marquis Rodney, Belizean point guard. Thank you, Marquis, for coming on here. You're actually our first ever GSN basketball guest. We've only had football guests on the GSN in Conversation series. So welcome on. Could you just start by telling the fans kind of who you are and how you first got into basketball?
Um, Hi everyone. My name is Marquis Rodney. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Dangrigo, Belize. I migrated to the States like a year or two ago, something like that. But for my basketball career, I just started hooping and stuff like out the blues. Like I didn't really think about hooping or
Really?
starting or any of that. Like I was in my friend's backyard and one of them just picked up a basketball and talked about, yeah, I'm gonna start hooping now, and that's
Wow.
that's just how it came out.
Wow, that's incredible. You don't hear that too
Yeah.
often that you just kind of start. Now, once you started that journey, like when was the point where you're like, I actually want to, not just play this in the backyard, like I actually want to start like, hooping for real, like, on a team and be competitive.
To be honest, I wasn't even the one that like realized that I had the potential. They had my coach. His name is we call him Pata
Hmm.
or Wilbur is his actual name. So when I was like 10 or 11, he um he just came to the crib. And then he was like, "Yeah, let's go on the court." But keep in mind, growing up, like in the neighborhood
Uh,
where I grew up, I had to play against grown men.
yeah.
So at the age of like 11 or 10 years old, all he taught me to do was to like shoot from the corner. All I used to do was shoot 3 pointers. But yeah, and then from then, that was like around middle school, and then
Mhm.
from then everything grew, and yeah, and then from there, yeah, everything just sort of like come together.
Wow, yeah. And,
Yeah.
and so, I mean, do you think that definitely benefited you, kind of like you said, having to go up against adults at a young age and really, that environment? Like, do you think that really helped you grow as a player? And maybe, being competitive, trying to beat them and up against, grown adults. Do you think that really made you motivated to get better and to really pursue this?
Um, Honestly, yeah, because when I play against like kids my age, like
Hmm.
even today or now, it's my level of skill and IQ when it comes to the game is way
Hmm.
different than my peers, you
Yeah.
know, because of those experiences when I was younger and stuff. But yeah, I would just yeah, it's way better and different, I would
Yeah,
say.
that's amazing. I mean, then that you were able to get, kind of a competitive edge there.
Yeah,
Now, the next thing I want to say, what was so far? I mean, I know you're still, pretty young into your career, of course, right? But what's
yeah.
been the biggest challenge that you faced, the biggest, adversity that you faced and that you've overcome? If you could just kind of share that experience, whatever that was.
I would say they had this one point where I was like I was slacking a little bit in like school and everything, and then the same coach I was telling you about, Wilbur,
Hmm.
he was like, you're not going on any basketball courts unless you're passing or those little
Yeah.
things." And then I ended up started playing in the city
Hmm.
with this one team, and then we played against Dangrigo in my hometown, and that's when everything just like, yeah, it was bad because like playing
Uh-huh.
with them, like playing against
Yeah.
like my hometown and stuff, it was hella hard. But at the same time, like I caused certain things on myself, so I couldn't really like feel any way about it, other
Mhm.
than just go out there and ball. But around that time, it was like, yeah, everyone was like, yeah, Marquise is going downhill, he's not doing
Uh-huh.
this or doing that, and then I just came out. But I overcame that hella fast. Like
Yeah.
mentally, I overcame it hella fast. So yeah,
Yeah, and I feel like that's important. You're able to kind of take that, have a chip on your shoulder and kind of, show everybody, that they made the doubters and things that they were wrong. And it sounds like Coach Wilbur, is that his name? Coach Wilbur?
yeah,
It
Yeah.
sounds like he's probably what I would say what your biggest mentor probably in this process.
Yeah. Well, for like, yeah, when it comes to like basketball or some things in life in general, yeah, he's like someone that's like always been there. Like, yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
just he just always been there from ever since. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know like how I could like repay him or anything
Hmm.
because he's like, you feel me, the source
Yeah.
of everything.
Well, shout out to him, man. That's awesome that you have
Yeah.
somebody like that that's really been helping you throughout your career. And the next thing I wanted to kind of touch on is like, what are your like goals as far as like what league are you trying to play in? What country? Like, what's the next step? Whether it be next season or maybe in the next few years, where do you see yourself playing and going to play? And what kind of are you striving for?
Um. Right now, at this very moment, since I got a scholarship from a school in Rome, it's well, that's the goal for me for like the next couple of months.
Okay.
And when it comes to like being here in Belize, my goal would be probably just to play NEBL, which
Mm,
like I could have already, but I just felt like I wasn't fully prepared to like
yeah.
play. But yeah, for Belize, I would say yeah, probably to play NEBL, and then like for outside of Belize, I would say to go and pursue the scholarship that I got at Rome, in Rome.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, that's a big
Yeah,
time. I mean, so I mean, you're talking about Rome, Italy, right? Like,
yeah.
wow, that's I mean, European competition. I feel like will be something that you can really improve your game a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And next thing I wanted to kind of touch on too is like, how does it work as far as do you have like a consistent kind of workout slash like practice routine when it comes to basketball, or how does that work like in the off season? How do you keep improving your game and keep consistent?
Yeah, well, for the off season, it's just well over here, like since I'm in Belize, it's just kind of
Hmm.
like slow, but like I just have like a set schedule,
Hmm.
so I just wake up in the morning, either go and run on the highway or the beach side. Um, After shower, all the little stuff, go
Yeah.
back on the court again. You know,
Hmm.
after that, go to the gym. After the gym, go home, do some schoolwork, read some books. Um, After that, I would relax with my mom or
Hmm.
a friend or whoever is
Yeah.
around. And then like around 3 or 4 in the evening time, then I go and play pickup ball. And then after I would
Uh,
just stay back sometimes and then just keep shooting or doing something. But I have like set drills though that yeah I do every other
yeah.
day. I just can't really like tell you off my
Yeah,
head.
no worries. I was just asking, that's something I kind of asked all the football players because they all kind of have a different, answer and a different kind of, play and work and
Yeah,
social life ratio, so I just, something that we ask. Now on to the Back to Reality series, right?
yeah.
Could you kind of explain what you're going to be doing in the Back to Reality series? And of course, GSN will be collaborating with that. But if you could just kind of explain to the fans kind of what that will be consisting of.
Well, to be honest, it's like more than just the name, the back to reality. For the past, like I would say, well, not say for the past, but from I came back to Belize to like live or vacation,
Hmm.
I kind of like fell off, Well, not even
Hmm.
kind of at this point. I fell off completely. I
Hmm.
stopped really worrying about the game. I was just playing pickup basketball. I wasn't really worried about staying in shape. I wasn't really worried about all the stuff.
Yeah.
Drinking hella, smoking excessively,
Hmm.
all the stuff that doesn't align with who I am. So
Yeah.
now with the Back to Reality series is me not really coming back to myself, but let's say that yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
regrouping and coming back to myself, and showing the highs, the lows, behind the scenes, and everything that's about me,
Yeah.
Marquis. Yeah, everything that's about me. So yeah, guys, just tune in and watch me get back to work.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to collaborate with that. And do you feel like something like this will help you? I mean, which you basically kind of said, but help you really be consistent and be on track and really improve your game and having this kind of series to not hold you accountable, but kind of.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It honestly is. It
Hmm.
does. Yeah, it is holding me accountable 100% because like I had to like self isolate. I had to do like a lot just to
Uh-huh.
like actually say, all right, like I'm coming back and trying to find me, like who I really am, you know.
Yeah.
But it just everything happened so fast.
Yeah.
Everything happened so fast, but for the better. So yeah,
Yeah, well, I think that's awesome, man. I do. I think this is going to be great for everybody involved, and I'm just excited to see how it plays out and
yeah.
see where your career takes you. You know what I mean? And was there any questions? I always like to ask, is there any questions you had for GSN and kind of what we're doing or anything like that?
Honestly, I wouldn't say I have a question, but I must commend you though for how good everything is when it comes to you. Like you
Mhm.
feel me, the page, everything is just top notch, bro. I can't commend you. I didn't even know you were like a man. I didn't even know anything,
Yeah.
bro. But you feel me? Everything, yeah. I have to like give you that, bro. It's hella good what you're doing, bro. More than
I,
great,
I
honestly.
appreciate it. That's just what we've set out to do. Of course, we started with football, and now we've got basketball, and I even have an operator that started to run the basketball page. So shout out to
Yeah,
Weston. He's been running that. But yeah, we're just trying to give coverage to the football and basketball and Belize and maybe other sports later, and just provide and get the fans engaged. Like you'll see, we do awards already with football, like fan voted awards for the Premier League Belize. We're gonna do that for the NEBL as well.
yeah,
So yeah, we just try to cover the sports, and if we can collaborate and highlight journeys like yours, that's something that we love to do.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Hey, I more than appreciate what's happening right now. I'm
Well,
thankful, bro. I'm thankful for everything that's happening, bro.
yes, sir. Well, we're thankful as well for you doing this and letting us collaborate on this project. And
Yeah,
yeah, man, we wish you the best on this journey. And we can't wait to be alongside there with you.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
All right, Marquise, I appreciate the time. I appreciate you doing this interview. And yeah, man, have a good rest of your day. And we'll see everybody. Watch out for the Back to Reality series coming up.
Yes, sir. All
All
right.
right.
Thanks
Have a
again.
good day. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.